Hello. Hola. Not yet. Waiting on one more platform here.
Good day. Didn't know we were live yet.
Bonjour. There we go.
Still got some adjustments. Good day.
Hello, everyone out there. Welcome back to the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. I am one of your hosts, Coach Soul.
And I am Coach Tensi. We are co-founders of Ufulu Child. Ufulu means freedom. And we are here bringing holistic health through a 5-prong healing system, through self-discovery, through sharing truth to freedom-seeking adults.
Absolutely. And that 5-prong healing system consists of the concepts be, cleanse, fuel, move, and shine. Today is Tuesday, so today is cleanse day because we go by the 5 days of the week since that was so convenient. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about water. Water is something that we're going to frequent on Tuesdays in this podcast because water is either underrated or underappreciated. Okay. And it's just there's so many different things that we can talk about. And today we're going to talk about hydration hacks, right? Water, sea moss, some detox tips, trace minerals, salt, things of this nature. And one of the things that is really cool about water is when you drink enough of it, it will tell you if other things are amiss with either your diet or just your body in general without you having to experience, suffering and pain in order to know that something's wrong or something should be improved.
You good, sleepy.
And how that may happen is one of the ways that you may know that your body is telling you to pay attention to something is if you drink a lot of water every day, right? You're drinking a whole lot of water every day, but for some reason your pee is still coming out super duper dark, or quite dark, if you will. Then that's a bit of a thing to pay attention to, right? Because water is going in clear, and what's supposed to happen is it comes out pretty clear. Now, obviously, I don't mean right after a meal, but just drinking water throughout the day, in between meals, it should be coming out pretty clear, or at least close to clear. And so that may be a sign to pay attention to. And one of the ways, to deal with that in a very simple and easy way is to add some trace minerals and or salt or both to your water bottles, and to your water. And adding those things will change the quality of the water and change the effectiveness of your cells being able to absorb the water and recognize the water and be happy with it.
So, let me add on to what you're saying, for some more clarity. So, yes, when you notice yourself kind of frequently going to the bathroom, of course you're going to go to the bathroom, you're drinking water, but if you're just like getting up every few minutes to use the bathroom, then that's an indication that your body's not actually using the water that it's taking in. It's not absorbing it properly. Or if you notice things like water retention, where your body's just holding on to the water and it looks like swelling, whether it's in the hands, feet, or it's like just spread out throughout in various places in your body, it looks kind of almost bloating, then these are indications that your body is not properly utilizing water. And so how can we make sure that our bodies are absorbing the water, it's being taken in on a cellular level, is by incorporating things like salt. And the thing about salt is this is not table salt, because table salt will further cause inflammation and pain in your body. Instead, this is the real salt. This is like Himalayan sea salt, the pink salt, or it's Celtic salt. And it's not crazy heaps of salt either. It's like we're almost mimicking the balance of uh, minerals within our body by incorporating trace minerals. And so mimicking the sea water that we would have drank, or the water that we would have drank had we been in like closest to a natural environment. Every bit of natural water has its trace minerals that comes with it, whether it's seawater or you're getting the water from somewhere else. And some ways to and make sure that we're getting those still, so that one, we can absorb the water, and two, we can support our cells on a DNA level so that our healthy cells can flourish, is by having like a little bit, not even a pinch, just like think of the very, very, very tip of your um of your, well, let's say your pinky, because that's probably your smallest finger. The very tip, just the very top of it, with little granules of salt, and that held under your tongue for about 20 seconds. You can swish a little water around with it, and that will help your next swallows of water be incorporated and absorbed into your body. Because the reason why is there's this, the area under your tongue has like a direct line into your bloodstream. So in order to really get those cues in your body, so it sends a signal, not like a bat signal from Batman, but kind of like it. And it's like, okay, I'm sending the signal to your body, heads up, we're coming, prepare. Okay. And so your body gets a time to prepare all the enzymes, all the big name stuff, all the different combinations that's needed in order to take whatever the substance is and to break it down, to use it properly, to absorb it, to send the nutrients where it need to go, where it need to go, when it need to go. Okay. So that's some ways to get in water, um, in a way that will actually be helpful for you.
Yep. Also, one of the things we wanted to talk about today was sea moss. Sea moss is full of trace minerals, if you will, full of minerals,
Mm-hmm.
and your body, so far as I can remember, only asks for about 102 or so minerals per day. Um, Sea moss, especially if it's more than one type of sea moss, like bladderwrack and Irish sea moss, things like that, is providing almost all of them, upwards of 90, something, some very high number. I don't want to mislead you with a wrong number, but I would be quite surprised if it's not over 95. Again, especially if it's Irish moss and bladderwrack or another sea moss that's healthy for you.
Another sea vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sea veg, right? Sea veg. Um, so the health benefits from these minerals include uh, a litany of things. It's almost like, where do you even begin?
and today, I mean, because it's so long, the list is so long, we can just talk about some of it for sea moss, and maybe we'll share some of the other herbs or some of the other sea veggies another time.
Okay, what are some of the most important, I guess, benefits of taking in sea moss?
So sea moss, especially, it's magical, it's natural. It's a natural lubricant. So it will boost collagen, and that helps with like keeping the skin young. It helps with also strengthening the bones and joints. So if you have any creakies in your any of your joints, wrists, knees, um, or your shoulders, or your neck, or anywhere in your body, then sea moss will help with that. It also helps balance the thyroid, so it helps balance the hormones. Um, it helps with digestion. It helps with really pulling the well. Let me. There's
It'll while
there's
she's confirming the next tip, it helps balance the blood and bone, mineral and water. It has the same balance of minerals and water as your blood and bones, so it'll help regulate your whole body by balancing their, in their rest mode, in their stasis, balancing the mineral to water ratio so that you can flush out what's not needed and use what you have
yeah.
more efficiently.
And like how we were talking about with the cell, it and what you're just sharing, just to make that clearer connection, it does help with the perfect balance so that any nutrients can be properly absorbed into your cell on a cellular level. It also helps regulate your metabolism. So most of any kind of chronic condition or disease that people are suffering with these days is related to metabolism dysfunction. So your metabolism isn't running right? And in this case, this actually helps to bring it up if it's too low, bring it down if it's way too high, because that happens to some people. But it will bring it to the optimal sweet spot for you when it comes to your own health. It also helps with immunity. Um, we already talked about joint health. I have some notes here because I don't want to forget all the things. Gut health supports healthy weight management because it's also fibrous, especially if you
Yep.
get the whole sea moss itself, the whole raw. That will be very supportive. Also for heart health, because I mean studies have shown it helps reduce cholesterol from like LDL cholesterol from being too high. But we also know that we can get into cholesterol in another video, but LDL isn't really bad. It's just there repairing your arteries, and it's a sign that something else is going on that needs to be seen and repaired. Something else is damaging your artery
Yeah, it's
walls.
more of a symptom than a cause.
Exactly. So that as well. It helps with overall blood pressure, blood sugar management, and it also is beneficial for fertility. So,
So CMOS is awesome. And the one thing that I will say is really great about when you get the CMOS, the raw, actual whole food CMOS, is that there's a ton of recipes in one word, a ton of recipes in one word where you can incorporate CMOS and it will have all of the benefits and all of the things, but you won't have to know how to like cook a whole bunch of stuff. That one word is smoothies, of course.
yay! So
Hashtag
simple.
put it in a cup. You know, if
Hashtag
you're
put it in
watching
a cup.
this on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, put hashtag put it in a cup in the comments, as you can do that for a whole lot of things that are very nutrient dense and very mineral dense that you don't want to necessarily just eat off of the plate.
Yeah,
Put it in a
yeah,
smoothie. Put it in,
yeah.
blend it up with your organic fruits and other, veggies. If you put leafy greens in your smoothies, and watch how your body reacts to it. Very, very, very healthy.
Now, some things to watch out for is especially some sea moss that comes out of California. They have these warnings on them now that says that they might have heavy metal contamination, like
Mhm.
lead contamination. Watch out for that. You want to make sure that it's being harvested and prepared by a place and sourced from a place that doesn't have contamination, so that you're not bringing in these toxic heavy metals into your body, because they come in forms that your body doesn't recognize. It's not easily absorbable. Your body just gotta like struggle through, push it through the liver's taxed, and it's like, yo, fam, why you doing this? I've been trying to hold you down. I'm trying to hold you down, but we gotta figure out another way. So, keeping that in mind as well. If you need an idea of where to look, or you're looking for a link specifically, let us know and just put CMOS Finder in the comments, and I'll send you a link that would be helpful.
Yeah, and the last thing that we wanted to talk about, just briefly, is remind you that you got to drink water throughout the day. And there are a couple of tips that we have for how to make sure that happens.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being using technology, especially if you are in the age range of using, and personality type, I guess, of using your phone throughout the day. Then there are drink water apps that are completely free, and there's a few of them that are quite good and user friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Where you put in what your goals are, and it will remind you, every 2 hours or so, drink some water or keep going, or it'll gamify it in a way that's um, beneficial to you for the reminder and for you to get excited about drinking water. Again, adding a little bit of salt to your water, or putting some salt under your tongue for a little bit, or on top of your tongue for a little bit right before you drink water, is also a great way to incorporate um, a signal to your body that, hey, we're getting ready to absorb some water with some trace minerals, and it's going to be great. I need you to use all of this efficiently and effectively so that we can regulate uh, this machine here.
We can do the things.
Yeah. Regulate, lubricate this machine. Um, and then when you are hydrated, you're less tired, you're less achy, you're less irritated, and
everything's just better with life.
you can fall asleep easier at night. When you're more hydrated, things go a lot more smoothly.
And your energy levels are popping.
Yeah, your energy levels are going up. I remember when I first stopped smoking weed every day, falling asleep was slightly harder for me to do. And then when I got more serious about drinking water, that it just changed things for me. Either drinking water or just incorporating more um, water. What is it called? High water content foods, whole foods. That changed the difficulty level of falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely want to say, even anecdotally, that drinking water has awesome benefits, and using an app, or a couple apps to remind you to drink water throughout the day, to remind you to reach your water goals throughout the day and keep track of where you're at, is a great way to help yourself.
Yeah. And before we go for the day, for this episode, I feel like I want to highlight what you just said, because you can eat a lot of things that will help give your body some water too. And some of those high water content foods we can get into in another episode. That could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But just if you think of it, think of the things that are the juiciest, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to fruits and
watermelon,
veggies,
cucumber,
other
melons, all the melons,
yeah. These are really high water content foods that are just
celery,
packed with goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So incorporating those anytime will also support your body in hydration. Yeah. So with that being said,
oh, and just another little tidbit on that. There are whole cultures that basically they eat their water. That's how they get it. There are whole little sections of people that just traditionally and through years and years and passed down, the water around the way they do agriculture is just they eat their water. They have a lot of high water content foods every day as their regular diet from what they're able to grow and cultivate in the land.
Fresh
It may not
coconut.
rain a whole lot, and they
Mhm.
may not have, big cities with huge water lines and things like that, great filtration systems, and so they just eat their water, and their children are not dehydrated, and their elderly are not dehydrated, and everybody just does this eat your water thing. So
Yeah,
very, very beneficial.
especially if you get coconuts and you just like chop open a fresh coconut and all that water right in it, and it's still whole. It's not like out of a bottle with like this the toxic lining in some of the containers that they put it in.
Right.
But it's like you really don't need anything else. So, wishing that this episode serves you so well. And please let me know your experiences. How do you get your hydration popping? How do you get your water in the days? Whether you eat your water, whether you incorporate some of the tips that we mentioned, like a little bit of the real salt, um, in order to help it absorb. What do you do? Let me know in the comments. We want to build community. That's what we're here to do. So we love to see it. We want to engage with you. Let us know.
Absolutely. And if you've learned to put it in a cup, oh, hello, Nicole Smith.
Hey, love.
Grand
I
Rising.
can't see it. Can you read it?
Yeah, Grand Rising, God and Goddess. Thank you for having the time. Thank you for taking the time out for the people. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Happy you are here.
Peace, peace.
Yes.
We getting out of here, But definitely check out the replay. Hashtag put it in a cup when you learn to put these the sea moss into the smoothie in a proportion that doesn't mess up the taste at all. By the way, your smoothies will not taste like seawater.
Yeah, you just gotta rinse off the salt.
Just rinse off the salt, and it's
filtered good water. Yeah.
It's just as good as any other smoothie, and you can't even tell that it's there. Even a nice portion of it, and your body is going to use all of the nutrients and minerals that are contained within it. So definitely hashtag put it in a cup when you put your sea moss in a cup right here in the video. Comments, I was going to say chat, but comments. And we love to see it. Nicole Smith says drinking water right now, first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Get her done. Get her done.
For the episode. Let's go. Accountability. We got it together. Okay.
And we'll see. Tomorrow is Wednesday. That means it is fuel day. We're going to talk about how to fuel your body again, and then.
And that's the things that we consume. So
yes.
Through the foods, through nutrition, and we might even get into through the content.
Yeah, through the content that we consume as well.
Yes.
Because
important.
being back out there in Peopleville a whole lot. There's a lot of content, especially in music, that people consume that I'm just like, man.
Yo, man.
You know what you're feeding yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Not hating though. I'm not hating.
Yeah.
Love y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Sending love. Take good care.